All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back in the shop on the hub dyno today with Mr. Junior Gamble.
Junior, glad to meet you.
Yes, sir. So can you tell us a little bit about the car? So you've been a previous customer. You bought some EFI stuff from us, blower stuff.
I bought the whole engine package off.
Basically everything.
Everything on it, yes.
Tell us a little bit.
Bought the car in 1972, drove it to high school. It was a 396, 375 car, turbo 400. Started working on it, and a couple of friends of mine had helped build it. We now on a pro street car. We were just down to Columbus and got a double award down there for yep. But the majority of the guys that worked on it was Mick Bodigan and John Ander. Everything's been done to it except paint and body, and that was done by Nate Bowers down in Decatur, Indiana. And it's called True Blue is the color.
True Blue.
Yep.
Well, it pops, man. It's a good looking car. It's a gorgeous Nova.
Thank you.
So we'll take a little look around it here. It's running a Holly Dominator. And like I said, it's basically just here for a hub guy. This is running on pump E85 with an F3R136. So this has got our reverse belt drive on it. You see the SM logo right here. And this reverse belt drive is something that we used to actually sell a lot of. We don't really sell these anymore, but we will make them if somebody does give us a call and wants a setup like this, then we'll build them one. That pretty much wraps it up for the engine, I guess. I mean, it's a 532 cubic inch big block Chevy. So pump E85, got all really nice, good parts on it. How much horsepower do you think it'll make today?
Hoping we'll break 2,000.
Hoping it'll break 2,000. And I'm gonna see if we can't make that happen. So I'm gonna hop on the laptop here and see what we got for a tune. I can't believe we're driving this thing. All right, I've got the laptop hooked up to our ECU and I've downloaded the tune that was in it. So immediately, the first thing that I always look at, because it's the thing that's usually just pops right up, is our VE table. So we've got some funny stuff going on here, and I see this really frequently on other people's tunes where they have things scaled incorrectly. So you go to our map or our VE table here, and we can see the map is it's screwed up. So this is a really common thing I run into, and it's just because it is not scaled properly. So one of the things that I'll go do here in a second is I'll rescale this, make the proper scaling for what this engine is, what the map sensor is, and I'll fix this VE table. Timing wise, it doesn't actually look that bad. It's probably a little bit on the conservative side. This isn't really the kind of shape that I want a timing table to have when I do a tune. So I'll probably go through and reset some of this up, but probably keep the same numbers up top here just to be safe, because we know this is what the car has been running on. As far as everything else, nothing too wonky going on. We do have a flex fuel sensor because this is running pump E85. It needs a flex fuel sensor, or should have a flex fuel sensor, so you know how much timing and fuel to add or subtract. This table is not enabled. It's probably a good thing because that's not how you do this. Flex fuel multiplier, yeah, that's all fine. Flex fuel timing, that's probably all right, although I'll go in here and make things a little bit nicer. But overall, I mean, as far as, you know, tunes that when people bring cars to us, this one's really not that bad. I've seen much worse. So it's only got minimal things to fix on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that stuff fixed, and we're gonna roll this thing over on the hub dyno. All right, so we've got our new tune almost finished. We got our VE table a little bit refigured out here. We got some numbers in here that should make it idle a little bit better. I'm going to go fix this right now because this is another thing I forgot to mention. It's not really correct. Fuel type is set as gasoline. Typically, if I know that this is gonna be only running on E85, which I'm gonna have to ask them real quick if it is or not. If it's only gonna be running on pump E85, I'll just change this to ethanol and would work in the ethanol scale. That's how I prefer to do it. It's not necessarily wrong to do it on the gasoline scale, like how it's been done, but I don't like the way this table looks, and this is not usually the way I do it. So I'm gonna make sure that Junior is only gonna be running this really on pump E85, and then I'll change this over to ethanol scale. They're pretty much only planning on running this on E85, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm gonna change a couple things then. I didn't know if you were planning on doing pump gas too, or
nope. Well,
just torque.
if I get stuck out, I have to get gas to get home.
Yeah. So I mean, this tune will still do it.
Right.
Yeah. say it worked out pretty good. Idle's nice, put it in gear, doesn't want to die. I noticed he was kind of struggling to get it back in here because it was trying to die on or it wasn't idling right. So I think it got it idling how it's supposed to. Sounds good when it revs up. Fuel curve isn't out of control. So I think we're ready to put this on the dyno now. Actually make some pulls on it. All right, now, before we put this thing on the dyno, unfortunately, this is one of the hardest things about these really cool Novas or even wagons, stuff that has the fender hanging way down over the wheel, is that just like in the wagon, they have to drop the rear end down to be able to get these wheels and tires off. So that's what we're doing right now. Sounds like they're getting one off already. Take a look at it. Oh yeah, they got it. Look at that fat boy.
Still looking, aren't they?
Yep. So yeah, it just came back down to an idle and it shut the power off on me. Oh. And I think it's because that little handle right there is not got very much throw or engagement on it, so we just shut it off. Which that's going to be an issue on track, I promise you. So we'll have to address that. We got our first baby pull out of the way. That went pretty well. Minimal vibrations in the drivetrain, which we've been fighting on this thing for a while now, just trying to get it to roll out smoothly, and it still has just like a teeny vibration, just at low RPM for whatever reason. We just can't figure out, but it goes away after like 30 miles an hour. It's perfectly smooth, so it seems to be fine. But yeah, this first pull is looking pretty good. We've got pretty minimal closed loop compensation on, so we're only adding 7% here, adding 20%, so it's a little bit lean down there, super low RPM. So I'll go up there, trim my fuel up a little bit, and we'll make another hit. Things looking pretty good. I think we're gonna pull a spark plug out of it, check spark plugs. It's actually making more horsepower than I thought it was going to for the amount of timing that I have in it. So right there, let's download the data log and see what it actually was. We've got our data log up. Oh, it did make a little bit more boost than I thought it was going to. So we're at 20 pounds of boost at 6,500 RPM.
No timing.
With no timing. Yeah, I figured it didn't have any timing. That explains why it made the power it did. I thought it was going to be like 16 pounds of boost at RPM. Let me get a light out. You look at our plug and you can see that we're plenty rich. Our timing is plenty safe. I'll probably throw 3 more degrees at it, leave the fuel alone, and then see what the plugs look like again after this next hit. All right, there we go. So we're almost at, we're just a tick under 1,700. So that's one thing to keep in mind with centrifugal cars, and that's why you can actually hear it. The way that the dyno is loading is slightly different than it was the last time, because centrifugal engine, the more you rev it, the higher RPM it is, the faster you're spinning that blower, more boost it makes. More boost it makes, what does it do, Nate?
Mo Powell.
Mo Powell, baby. So that all makes sense. I'm gonna download that data log, make sure everything looks good. We're gonna check the plugs, make sure that looks good, and then we'll see what he wants to do. I'm not really sure how much horsepower this is supposed to make and how much he really wants to make. So we'll kind of reconvene. I know we said 2,000, but we'll just have to see. I think it's gonna potentially fall a little bit short of that because that was a 7,200-ish RPM pull. Not really gonna rev this much past 76 to 7,800, and I can't imagine I'm gonna pick up 300 more horsepower with 200 or 300 more RPM. I don't know, it could though. Maybe it just needs more timing. I haven't looked at the plug yet, so all things to keep in mind and consider when you're tuning a Pro Street Home. That's pretty good. It did pick up, you know, almost 200 horsepower. Let's see what the strap looks like. I'm conflicted. I don't know if it's gonna make 2,000, but you never know. He does have nitrous. He wants me to hook the nitrous up. I don't really want to, but if he says to, I will. I'll have to talk to him and see if I can convince him not to. But we'll see. We'll see. I just look at the tune. I just do what I'm told. Almost. I think it is going to make 2,000. Let's see what the plugs look like. That was only with 3 more degrees of timing.
Yeah, I might check some spark plugs and take a look at. And it's plenty safe.
All right, we got our data log up, and it does want about. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got my own water cup with blueberry on it. It does want a little bit more fuel. It wants about 10%, between 10 and 12% more fuel across the board here. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. It's a good sign that it's starting to make a little bit more power with the timing as the fuel requirements become a little bit more. Fuel pressure is looking good. Oil pressure is looking good. We are at 28 pounds of boost here, right at peak power, which is good. So almost 2,000 wheel at, 28 pounds on a 532 cubic inch big block. That's pretty good on pumpy 85. So air to air intercooled, not like some crazy extreme pro mod blower setup. So it's doing well. Maybe go ahead and throw a couple more degrees of timing at it, and then we'll revisit things and look at putting this nitrous together. Basically, the bottle is on because we're putting nitrous to this thing. So I got my nitrous set up right here. Just one stage dry. He's got a teeny tiny jet in it. Shouldn't really be hardly anything. It should be like 50 horsepower of nitrous, which he just wants to do that to cool the charge, which I told him that's fine. Little baby jet can't hurt nothing, right? Maybe?
Won't hurt nothing.
It don't hurt nothing. We're all right. Purge button works. She's got pressure, all right. All right, well, let's go ahead and make this pull. They should definitely make more than 2,000 now. What do you think, Junior?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Another happy customer. So we're 2026. There's probably 50 horsepower with the nitrous. It felt like it got through the front half, like the lower RPM stuff, better. What do you think? You think
It sounded nice.
It
Did
sounded
you
like
add
it-
any timing, or you leave it alone?
I added timing up top, and I was very conservative with it, given that we're adding nitrous into the equation. And I think it sounded perfect. I think it did everything good. So Junior's happy, I'm happy. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the drivability on this, because it still has a little bit of hiccups as far as drivability and idling. And then this job is done. Wrap it up and stick a fork in it.
Some road.
Oh yeah, again.
All right, his tuner's keeping him safe.
I'm keeping him safe. All right, guys, thank you for tuning into the channel. I hope you enjoyed a nice hub dyno with this super nice Nova. I'm Kyle, thanks for watching the channel, and I'll see you next time.